Okay, so good morning everyone. Good morning students. So for this week, we'll have our recorded discussion about the topic, the recreational problems involving the mathematics. Okay, so let's talk about the inductive and the deductive reasoning, the problem solving. Okay, inductive and deductive reasoning. Okay, so first, when we are going to discuss the problem solving. So, okay, most occupations require a good problem solving skills. Okay, for example, architects and engineers must solve many complicated problems as they design and construct the modern buildings that are aesthetically pleasing, functional, and that meet stringent safety requirements. Okay, so the two goals of this chapter are to help you become a better problem solver and to demonstrate the problem solving skills can be enjoyable experience. Okay, so in this lesson class, we will tackle or talk about the inductive and the deductive reasoning. Okay, so first, uh, let's define what is a problem. Okay, what is a problem? Okay, so a problem, it is a statement requiring a solution, so usually by means of a mathematical operation or geometric construction. Okay, take note of that, ha? So when the problem, so it is a statement yon that requires a solution, a specific solution, or in mathematics, a mathematical operation or a geometric construction uh, to solve that is a problem. Okay? So, now, next is what is a problem solving? Okay, so the word method, okay, means the ways or techniques used to get answered. So, which will usually involve one or more problem solving strategies. Okay? So yan na. Basta we are going to talk about the problem solving. So meron yang mga method. Okay, pag method gani, techniques niyan class. Techniques on how to solve that specific problem. Okay, so take note of that. So when you are going to discuss the problem solving, meron tayong mga method dyan. Techniques on how to solve. 'Di ba? Meron tayong mga formula, 'di ba? Or if you are not to use the formula, you have the estimated. Right? Sa istorya pa na kay mga tinamban ng mga method. Yan. So a problem solving is a process. So an ongoing activity in which we take what we know to discover what we don't know. Okay, so take note class. If we have the problem, ha, problem plus problem plus answer, so equals problem solving. Okay, so yan. So the problem solving is a process, okay, an ongoing activity. So which we take what we know to discover what we don't know. So we are going to find, okay, the problem that we don't know yet. Okay, so yan, meron tayong mga problem solving. Okay, so the problem solving involves the three basic functions. So take note of these three basic functions under in the problem solving. Yan, first, okay, number one, you need to seeking information. Number two, generating new knowledge. And number three, making decisions. Okay, number one class, we need to seek or we need to find more, okay, about information. We need to know that information. And number two, after that, we need to generate, okay, the new knowledge, okay, about that information or in the problem. And no, yun, making decisions. So in making decisions, yun, doon na pumapasok si method, okay, on how you are going to solve that specific problem. Okay, so the mathematical reasoning, so it refers to the ability of a person, okay, mathematical reasoning, to analyze the problem situations and construct a logical arguments to justify the process or the hypothesis, and to create both conceptual foundations and connection in order for him to be able to process the information class. So, pag sinasabing mathematical reasoning, okay, the word itself, reasoning. So, meron tayong is the ability of a person to analyze that specific problem situations. Okay, yun, para makonstruct siya yung mga logical arguments. Okay, makaprocess og mga hypothesis. At yung mga itawag null hypothesis sa class. If example lang, meron tayong problem na, then we need to create the hypothesis. Example lang, wala pa man nato na solve ang problem. So kung natay research dira, so mabutang nga there is no relationship between, okay, that there is no hypothesis null hypothesis ta. Then after that, kung makonclude na nimo class nga, uy, after in the constructing and justify the process or making the decision or methods, applying the different methods, okay, so after that we can conclude, okay, that there is from the null hypothesis, there is a relationship between yon. So mana class na pag mga mathematical reasoning, na siya yung mga we need to justify ang process or the hypothesis. Muna class nga gina-encourage ta mo nga maging kan mo mga analytic, okay, maging analytic kayo and maka-justify mo or maka-analyze mo sa mga different problems. Dili man tanang panahon class na atong problems ay kanang sayon lang. So mga nga ginalet mo nga mag-think jud mo. Okay? So you need to analyze that specific problem. Okay? So in order, okay, for you to be able to process the information or the correct answer of that specific problem or the specific situation. Okay? So muna class nga na jud tay math na subject para magamit jud ang inyong mga mga numerical and the inductive reasoning and the deductive reasoning. Okay, next. So first is let's discuss about the inductive reasoning, ha. Okay, inductive reasoning. So if the inductive reasoning, yun, definition of the inductive reasoning, it is the process, okay, it is the process of reaching a general conclusion by examining the specific example. Okay, class, so when you are going to talk about the inductive reasoning, it is the type of reasoning that forms a conclusion based on the examination of specific examples. Muna gitawag og inductive reasoning. So it means, class, first we need to form a conclusion, okay, from the specific example. So sa aktod nga pag-istorya, class, natay specific specific nga mga example para maka-create ang mga general conclusion. So yun, specific example sa ka bago ka maka-reach sa general conclusion mo na inductive reasoning, class. Okay? So example number 1. Okay, use inductive reasoning to predict a number. Okay, so meron tayong number dito. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and question mark. Okay, so as you can see, class, meron siyang pattern, di ba? Pattern. So each successive number is 3, di ba? So, 3. Then the preceding number. So thus, we predict the next number in the last is 3 larger than 15, which is 18, di ba? So yun, from this example, class, so we can create conclusion based on the specific example, di ba? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So what's next? So yun, di ba? As you can see, the pattern of this is Start from 3, add by 3, di ba? Start from 3, add by 3. So, it means 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 3, 15, and plus 3 is 18. So, that means, okay, yun, 18 is the next term of this 15. So, next is, yun, 1, 3, 6, 10, and 15. So, we can create uh, to predict a number. So, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. So, what's next? So, as you can see, class, as you can see, di ba, the pattern of this given, di ba, 2, add by 3, di ba, add by 4, dyan. Andito naman, add by 5. So, it means, dito, sa next term, add by 6, so 21 dyan. Okay, so that means, the first two number, okay, the first two numbers daw differ by 2, di ba? So the second and the third numbers differ by 3, and it affirms that the difference between any two numbers is always 1. Nag-add din siya 1. So since 10 and 15 differ by 5, we predict that the next number in the list will be 6 larger than 15. So that means 21 is the next term after 15. Okay? So use inductive reasoning to make a conjecture. So kaning conjecture class, conclusion yan. So consider the following procedure. So we need to pick a number. Okay, we can select a number or choosing a number, or we need to choose a number, pick a number. So multiply the number by 8. Pick a number, multiply by 8, add by 6, then divide the sum by 2 and subtract by 3. So that means, so use inductive reasoning to make a conjecture about the relationship between the size of the resulting number and the size of the original number. Okay? So first, we need to pick a number. So I choose 5. Okay, pick a number, 5. Multiply the number by 8. So i-multiply natin yung 5 by 8. So multiply by 8. 8 times 5, 40. Next, divide. Okay na to. Okay na siya. Next, add 6 to the product. So 40 plus 6. Yan, okay na to. Okay, next, divide the sum by 2. So the sum of 40 plus 6, 46 divided by 2, yon, 23. Diba? 40 divided by 2, 23. 20 pala, 20. Bakit? Ano? No. 46 divided by 2, 23 yan. Tama. Then after that, subtract by 3. So 23 divided minus 3. So equals to 20. 23 minus 3 equals 20. So that means we conjecture that the given procedure, a number is 4 times the original number. So that means, class, from the original number, 5, diba, the resulting part is equal to 20. So that means, so 5 times 4. So yun, the number is 4 times the original number. So mo yun. So yung original number natin, class, is 4 times the original number yun, diba? 5 times 4, 20. That means yan. That would be the conjecture of the inductive reasoning. Next naman is use inductive reasoning to solve an application. So example, okay, so ito yung pendulum. Pendulum. Mag-move ni siya, class, Okay, mag-move ni siya. From right to left, mag-move ni siya. So the length of pendulum in units. Ito yung length ni pendulum. And the period of the pendulum of heartbeats niya, class. Okay. So as you can see, class, tingnan nyo yung pattern niya, diba? 1 and 1. So diba, 2 and 4. Meron siyang square, diba? 3 times 3, diba? 9. 4 times 4, 16. Diba? Square siya. 5 times 5, 25. Then 6 times 6, 36. So yun, meron siyang pattern. So the period of pendulum is the time. Okay? It's the time it takes for the pendulum to swing from left to right, and back to its original position. So that means, class, so first, if a pendulum has a length of 49 units, what is its period? Okay? If our pendulum has 49 units, okay? 49 units daw yung pendulum natin, length niya. So what is its period or the heartbeat of that pendulum? So that means, di ba? 7 times 7, yun, 49. So pendulum, the period of the heartbeats of a pendulum, okay, has 49. Okay? So in the table, each pendulum has a period that is the square root of its length. Thus, we conjecture that a pendulum with a length of 49 units will have a period of 7 heartbeats. Yun, 7 sa 49. Next naman, if the length of a pendulum is quadruple, what happens? Okay, what happens to its period? If the length of a pendulum is quadruple daw, class. So ito yung mga quadruple niya, class. Yan, di ba? What happened to its period? So anong mangyari sa period niya? Okay? So yun, in the table, a pendulum with a length of 4 units has a period 4 units. Okay? Has a period that is twice that a pendulum with a length of 1 unit. So a pendulum with a length of 16 units has a period twice that a pendulum with a length of 4 units. So it appears that quadrupling the length of a pendulum double its period. So muna, class, kung mo ang ato ang length of pendulum mahimo siyang quadruple, ang iyang period of or the heartbeats of a pendulum is mag-double siya. Yon, di ba? So next, the counter example. So counter example, class, mo ni siya mag-disagree sa tuang statement. Okay? So moingon ka og kani counter example. Okay? A statement is a okay, counter example, a statement is a true statement provided that is true in all cases. If you can find one case for which a statement is not true, called a counter example, then the statement is false statement. So mo ni siya mag-disagree or mag-disprove sa tuang statement or a problem or a given problem. Example lang, ha, every number that is multiple of 10 is divisible by 4. Okay, ha? Diba? Every number that is multiple of 10 is divisible by 4. Example, 100, diba? Multiple of 10 ito. Diba? 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, and 190, and 200. Diba? Multiple by 10. Then, now, class, is divisible by 4. So, yun. Yung 100 is divisible by 4 yan, di ba? Tama. 120 divisible by 4, 30, di ba? Wala na siya nakadesimal. So kung mag-decimal na siya, class, di na siya divisible by 4, na naman siya remainder. So 110 is divided by 4 is 27.5, di ba? Nakadesimal na siya or naka-fractional. So that means this multiple of 10 is not divisible by 4. Is not divisible by 4. So with this example, we have shown that not all multiples of 10 are divisible by 4. So we can call 110 as counter example muna. Na isa ka pandra, class, statement nga mag-counter example siya. So yun, si 110 is a counter example of multiple of 10. Okay. So verify that each of the following statement is a full statement by finding a counter example. So for all numbers x, okay? For all numbers x, okay? Absolute value x is greater than 0, class. So pag mayroon kag absolute value, class, mo na siya ang distance, okay, from the origin, okay, to the negative number or the positive number. Okay, kung magbutang kag negative number din sa tong absolute value, it means magiging positive number siya. Distance kasi yung kinukuha niya, or we need to find the distance. So yan. So it means, so let's try to answer. Diba? Let x equals to 0. Okay? Then absolute value of 0. Class, absolute value of 0 is equal to 0. 0 is greater than 0. Dili. Pwede. 0 is equal to 0, not greater than to 0. So, 0 is not greater than to 0. So, that means, thus, for all number x, so, absolute value of x is greater than 0 is a false statement. Kailan naging 0, kailan naging greater than si 0 kay 0, di ba? So, false yan. Ito, x squared is greater than x. So, counter example po ito. So, let's substitute 1. Okay, x equals 1 daw. Replace x by 1. Okay, replace yung x by 1. So, 1 to the power of 2 or 1 times 1, di ba? 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Plus, yung tanong niya dyan, 1 is greater than, kung 1 yung isa, 1 dapat yung isa. 'Di ba? Oh. So 1 is not greater than 1. So it means thus for all number x squared is greater than or x is a false statement. False yan. Di yan absolute statement. So for all numbers, so counter example ito yan. Ano yung mga counter examples? So not all the statement is maging true. Meron tayong mga statement na false. So next naman. Okay, next naman. For all numbers x. So square root of x squared is equal to x. Okay, square root of x squared is equal to x. Okay, so let's have an example. Let x equals to negative 3. Ha? Yung x natin is negative 3. Then square root. Okay, so let's try to answer. Square root of negative 3 to the power of 2 class. First is, let's solve this. Okay, enclosed by a parenthesis 10 to the power of 2. Negative 3 times negative 3 equals 9, di ba? Negative 3 times negative 3. 9. So, square root of 9 class is equal to 3. Okay? Then, ang sabi niya class, di ba? Negative 3. Oh, di ba? Is equal to 3. Di siya pwede class. So, that means, thus, for all number x, okay? Di ba? Okay, 3 man siya. Di ba? 3 man ang iyang answer class. Wait lang na mali. Okay, wait lang ha. Okay, 3 man ang iyang final answer dara. Then negative 3 man ang ato ang isa ka x. Okay, kung ato siyang icon class, di ba? Negative 3 to the power, okay, 2, yan, ganyan, equals to 3. Negative 3. Then ang resulting part is 3 man siya. Then is equal to negative 3. So hindi siya pwede maging equal. So false na siya. So thus for all number x, square root of x squared equals x is a false statement because 3 is not equal to negative 3. Next naman, the deductive reasoning. Okay ha? Deductive reasoning. Okay, so the deductive reasoning, it is the process of reaching a conclusion, okay, a conclusion by applying a general. So assumptions, procedure, or principles. So kaning deductive gani class. So general statement ito siya. Okay, general statement siya. Okay, so let's have an example. So another type of deductive reasoning, it is called a deductive reasoning. So it is distinguished from inductive reasoning in that it is the process of reaching a conclusion by applying a general principle and procedure. So class, so mag-reach din siya conclusion, okay, by applying a general principle and procedure. So example ha, if a number is divisible by 2, then it must be even. Okay, so 12 is divisible by 2. Example ha, 12 is divisible by 2. Therefore, 12 is an even number. So mo ni class, mo ni tawag og deductive reasoning. So mag-reach out dayon siya og general assumption, procedure, or principle. Okay, generalization dayon siya. If a number is divisible by 2, then it must be even. Yon, 12 is divisible by 2. Therefore, 12 is an even number. If A, okay, if A, the angle A and angle B are supplementary, di ba? Angles, their sine is 180 class. Take note ha, pag yung supplementary angles class, 2, okay, if the two angle are add, so the sum of that two angles are equal to 180 degrees. So i-add na tong duha ka angle daw class magiging 180 degree. So example, if the measure angle A is 100 degrees, okay, if measure angle A is 100 degrees, then the measure angle B is equal to 80 degrees. So yan, 'di ba? Pag i-add natin yan, 100 diba? 100 plus 80 is equal to 108, 'di ba? 100 plus 80 equals to 180. So yun, ma-reach out din siya of generalization or conclusion. Use deductive reasoning to establish a conjecture. Okay, establish a conjecture. So pick a number. Okay, we need to pick a number. Pick a number. Multiply the number by 8. After that, multiply by 8. Then add by 6. Divide the sum by 2 and subtract by 3. Okay? So let's try to answer. Let n represent the original number. Ayan, yung n. So pick a number. Okay? Multiply by 8. So ito yung number natin. N. Multiply by 8. So 8 times n. Yan. Ito, okay na to. Add by 6. Yan. Then divide the sum by 2. So 8n plus 6 class. 8n plus 6 divided by 2. So ma-simplify pa ito. 'Di ba? 8 divided by 2 4n. 6 divided by 2 3. So 4n plus 3. Okay? Then next class, subtract by 3. So 4n plus 3 minus 3. Okay? So yon, crush out na yan. 3 minus 3, 0 na yan. Then remains si 4n. So we started with n and ended with 4n. So the procedure given in this example produces a number that is 4 times the original number. Yun. Okay? Deductive reasoning in commonly used in geometry. So naka-remember pa mo sa inyo ang grade 9 mathematics about the geometry, di ba? So using the deductive reasoning, yung mga meron tayong let's prove, di ba? Given and the statement, di ba? Solve for x in the equation. 3 quantity of x plus 4 minus 2x equals 20. So justify your answer, class. Justify your answer. So using the deductive reasoning involving the geometry, 'di ba? The statement and the reason. So commonly class, okay, yung mga grade 9 student ko previously, so mora jud na permente ilang ma-answeran. Okay, given lang jud. Copy lang yung given, then write it by given. O, dala na jud sila makatama. So using the geometry class, so let's try to solve. So okay, 'di ba i-multiply natin siya. Say x 3 times 4, 12. Bring down negative 2x equals 20. Class, ang tawag sa kanya, distributive property. 'Di ba? You are going to distribute the given number, yung 3. Then after that, okay, combine like terms. 'Di ba? Combine yung like terms niya. 3x minus 2x plus 12 equals 20. Commutative property 'yan. Then after that, 3x minus 2x, x. Then bring down 12 equals 20. Closure property. Then, okay, transposition or addition property of equality. Then after that, 20 minus 12, x equals 8. So the closure property. So yan ang gamit ni deductive reasoning is commonly used in geometry. Then after, okay, so next class, ito na yung last. So let's try to answer. Okay, let's try to answer what type of reasoning. Either deductive reasoning or inductive reasoning. Class, okay? So let's read first. So during the past 10 years, okay, so a tree has produced plums every other year. So last year, the tree did not produce plums. So this year, the tree will produce plums. Okay, so what type of reasoning? Okay, deductive or inductive reasoning? Okay, so the answer class, inductive reasoning. Okay, di ba? Mayroon siyang mga specific example to conclude. Okay, after that, then conclusion, di ba? During the past 10 years, a tree has produced plums every other year. Then last year daw class, so specific na yan. Last year, the tree did not produce plums. Di ba? So this year's, okay, the tree will produce plums. Okay, inductive yan. Okay, from the specific to general example. Okay? So next, example. So all home improvements, okay, cost more than the estimate. Okay, so the contractor estimated that my home improvement will cost $35,000. Okay, thus my home improvement will cost more than $35,000. So it means class, reach out na yun siya from a conclusion or general statement. So that means, what do you call this one? What type of reasoning of this problem class? So that means deductive reasoning yan. Okay? Nag-create na yun siya og conclusion. Okay, so I hope class na may ma-learn sa ang topic for this week. And pwede na ninyong balik-balikon or i-pause ninyo ang ako mga discussion and para makabalo mo sa answer about the recreational problem using the inductive and deductive reasoning. And that would be all. Thank you and good morning.